Life's a bitch, but we all love her. The law hovers, quick to bang on them like the wrong number. Everything on the menu, we got it all covered. Or it send you fingers through the mail like Mitch's little brothers. Fuck the talking, let's just kill each other. Another year, another pair of butters. Fans love us like grandmothers. Hands cut up from slicing grams, fucked up. Feds in the tinted van run up, hands up. I guess I found better ways. I stopped watching cops cause they don't show ones who get away. I know legends who lost it, and I know crackheads with Apple Pay. All I know is I'm going out on 12 like a half a day. Young and just stack and pray, winning's a stack away. I've seen plugs get caught up with the pack, still had to pay. No need to exaggerate, we trap at a rapid rate. Mask up, bag it safe, cause that shit evaporates. Real.
When the morning light
Yeah. Look, the lick testing out a new batch. Said that he don't feel nothing. Damn, they took it 2 blacks. Now we call him Phil drumming. Hit it with the fentanyl. I hope that I don't kill something. Making sure the numbers good while watching Goodwill hunting. The streets was beneficial. It tapped in my potential. I never thought my calling would be over instrumentals. Now I get a check for it, aiming at your neck for it. Life be really checkers cause you sacrificed the chessboard. They started yelling greatness and I started taking steps towards it. I feel like Tim Duncan when they asking who the best forward. You never had to blend it with the creatine to stretch more. Now I'm selling Grizzlies out the crib, this a pet store. I put my hands together and I pray for the better. Real niggas only, ain't shit changed but the weather. When life gives you lemons, add some shit to make it better. Then sell it to whoever. I'm trying to get this cheddar motherfucker up.
When the morning light crosses my pillow.
I hear y'all disses, they better ignore it. But if the homies take another chain from niggas, they better record. I'm fighting demons, the devil be bored. I'm shedding tears in the house that I thought I could never afford. They hear bass and say that's the feel. I really had white boy OT, and homie, that's the real. Every phone call a band of near. I take a little off the top like Tyson did Evander Ear. These hoes sell places, sell twat. I got a paranoid lick that keep peeking through the mail slot. I got flaws, but I'm deserving still. On mama, when I learned to cut dope, I was a virgin still. Had packs before I had snacks. Cane in my belly button, it was bundles near my ass crack. By the grace of God, I'm past drugs. I chose rap, then I bubble like a fondue in the bathtub. Bass.
When the morning light
Black Soprano family.
crosses my pillow.
Yo, if you bring the streets home with you, the punishment is punitive. Caring for my daughters while I'm running as a fugitive. Love this and love that, but what's love got to do with it? Cause Judas loving Jesus ain't stop him from going through with it. Was loyal to a fault, I would've jumped off the roof for niggas. Heard your favorite rapper, only gangster in the music business. Got my first half ounce of crack, even school was different. I came back off summer vacation as a youth offender. Saw beauty in the strangest things, how was that usual? Cause street niggas only give flowers at funerals. Eyes closed, mind racing, my thoughts just accelerate. Today my brother's birthday, and it's hard for me to celebrate. Probably cause my head ain't straight. Cut off your arm using broke scissors. That's how I feel to lose a close sibling. You know my specialty was dope dealing. I cut the weight in half like Ozempic. It's Butchie.
When the morning light
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. If y'all are in the building right now and y'all can hear me, please drop a 1 in the chat. Drop y'all 1s in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Drop y'all 1s in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly so we can get right into it. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Yeah, give me 1 second. But let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I'm glad you guys can hear me. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Y'all give me 1 second. Trying to fix this this camera. Y'all give me 1 second. I noticed there's a lot of new buttons in StreamYard, so I got to get used to it again, family. But I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody. Do me a favor, if you are in the building, please hit that like button. Please hit that share button. Hit that like button and hit that share button, y'all. Hit that like button and hit that share button because we're back. We are back, man, right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm y'all host, DS1 Ross, of course. I appreciate all the love and the support. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. We got another great show lined up for you guys today, so do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button on the way in. Also, hit the share button, y'all. Hit the share button. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. We're going to get into it today. As promised. We're going to get into it today as promised. So shout out to all the visionaries. Shout out to my lovely lady Maz that's in the building. I'm going to get to the chat and shout everyone out. But I need you guys to support the show. Support the show. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Hit the like button and hit the share button. Let's see who's in the building. Let's see who's in the building, and we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Shout out to my man Mark in the building. Peace, Mark. Shout out to Mark McJoy on the pull-up. Salute. Salute, salute, salute. Salute. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to the cynical one in the building. One of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down as usual. Hey, Sin, how you doing? Shout out to Sin in the building. Shout out to my man Larry Vaughn in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute. Salute. Shout out to Bob on the pull-up. What up, Bob? Good afternoon, my brother. Salute to you, man. Salute. Shout out to Boot Camp in the building. What up, Boot Camp? Salute, fam. Shout out to Kills in the building. What's up, Kills? What's going on? Shout out to Miss Angie B in the building. Hey, Miss Angie, how you doing? Good to see you, Miss Angie. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thanks for your support, Miss Angie. Thank you so much. Yeah, we back. We back, Miss Angie. For a short time, we back, you know. Shout out to Big Cap in the building. What's good, Big Cap? Nightmare Trail. What's going on, Nightmare? Shout out to my guy, Third Ward in the building. What up, Third? Salute, my brother. Salute. Shout out to Auto War. What's good, Auto War? Salute. Self University in the building. Yes, sir. It's been a minute, man. We back, my brother. We back. We back. Make sure you check out yesterday's show. If you missed yesterday's show, my lovely lady Maz, can y'all please drop the link from yesterday's show? Please drop the link from yesterday's show. If y'all missed yesterday's show, y'all would like to catch yesterday's show, the link will be in the chat. Hey, Miss Rain and Woman. We got 3 lovely lady mods in here today. 1 top lovely lady mod in here. Hey, Rain and Woman, how you doing? 2 top lovely lady mods in here. Good to see you, Miss Rain and Woman. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Now, I appreciate you, Nightmare. I appreciate you. Shout out to everyone that's on a pull-up. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all support the show with a like and a share if you're here. Also, the links, if you would like to support the show, the links are going across the screen. The links are going across the screen. I'm going to let y'all know we are not doing Cash App anymore. So just, if you would like to support, the links are going across the screen. We have PayPal and Venmo. We're not using Cash App no more. So don't worry about the Cash App. PayPal and Venmo, if you would like to send a direct donation. Other than that, you could just hit the super chat. All right. So shout out to everyone who tuned into yesterday's show. Yesterday's show was a welcome back show. It was a great show. I enjoyed the turnout. It was great to see everyone. And I just wanted to let you guys know where we were headed as far as content for this next couple of weeks. Because there's a lot that needs to be talked about. And we're going to get into it. So if y'all are here, support the show with a like and a share. The super chat is open. The super chat is open. We're not setting no goals, but the super chat is open. If y'all would like to support the show, y'all. Y'all can also get y'all memberships. Y'all can donate memberships as well. But if you would like to support the show, there's many ways to support the show. You can, but we only doing PayPal and Venmo, y'all. No Cash App. PayPal and Venmo. All right. Shout out to Fierce Soul in the building. Salute, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh yeah. You know how I do, bro. I wouldn't have came back if I wasn't gonna come back myself. You know. When it comes to me creating content, I'm always gonna come from a space of sincerity. And I'm going to always come from an angle where the people, y'all that come here, the people who come here, y'all come here to hear my perspective. So I'm going to always keep the same perspective when it comes to things because it doesn't change. Everybody has their own angle with how they like to present their content. And I'm just gonna let y'all know I'm gonna continue with my angle. Y'all not gonna get anything new. I'm not coming back to present anything new or nah. Y'all still got the same old DS1 that's coming with the same energy, that's coming with the same fire, and that's coming from the same perspective. All right. What's up, Miss Gigi? Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Gigi in the building. Shout out to Ebo in the building. Yes, sir. We here, bro. We here. Access to Rome says, hey, glad you back. Shout out to Access to Rome. Shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone. Y'all see the show. Y'all see the show. Spiritual Tax, episode 1. Spiritual Tax, episode 1. Why most men fail to break their family curse or family curses. Yeah, we're going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about this today. And the reason why I decided to come back like this is because I've been noticing that there's not a lot of substance on our side of YouTube no more. I said we need some substance. And when I say we, I'm talking about the men. I'm talking about the brothers. See, a lot of times as men, we have a lot of frivolous conversations. We don't like to talk about the things that we should be talking about that go on amongst men. Yeah, we going there today. I'm gonna let y'all know now. We going there today. Cause see, let me just go ahead and say it. All the things that we should be talking about amongst men, you know what our problem is, fellas? We want to talk about it with women. Oh yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. And I'm talking about here on the internet and off the internet. The ills and the ails that plague men, we choose not to talk about it amongst each other. We either talk about it with women, we talk about it with our women personally, or we get on the internet and have co-ed conversations about man shit. When men get together on these panels, we're talking about goofy shit. We either talk about who could get some sex or who got some money. This is what happens off the internet too. This is what the men are doing. Goofy time. When men get to talking, it's always who gonna start flexing first, who gonna start talking about what they got and what they doing that ain't helping nobody but themselves, right? Nothing productive, nothing motivating or empowering for men. And then these same men come back on the internet and complain, there's no spaces for men. There's no outlets for men. No, nigga, your channel isn't a space for men. Your channel isn't an outlet for men. Your content doesn't speak to men. There are places for men to go. There's always been. No, what y'all like to do is y'all like to come together and get goofy. I'm talking to the men. Two, 300 niggas in a chat room listening to another nigga talk about another nigga. And you wonder why we not breaking no generational curses, men. You wonder why. Because you don't even know that all of this shit that y'all dudes been running around here doing is in the spirit of gossiping. A lot of you men don't even know you under that curse. You come from a family of goddamn gossipers, especially you single mother raised men. Y'all are some gossiping niggas. And y'all niggas are piled up in another nigga chat room because he in there gossiping about another man. talking about another man. And then you got other men that want to join in on it. These dudes don't have no skin in the game. They just so excited to hear this content creator talking about another man. So now they all want to jump in and give their opinions. They ain't got no skin in the game. They not content creators. They don't have no problem with the dude that's being talked about. Never had a problem with the dude. They just in there piling up, gossiping. I'm talking about the men. You got a bunch of men piling up in chat rooms when men are talking about other men and when men are talking about women. But when we trying to have these conversations, men ain't gonna pile up in here. But these the same men that when they get on these panels and get to talking with other men, they try to act like, oh, I'm not afraid of being challenged. No. What about if a man doesn't challenge you? What if you are just asked to challenge yourself? Challenge yourself by having a better conversation. Why don't we do that? We don't need women to tell us what to talk about. We should know what to talk about because we know what plague us as men, but we don't talk about it. We still talking about sports and hoes. This is what we still talking about. This is what we still talk about. That's because we not focused on breaking generational curses in our family. See, let me let you men know something. Do you know that's part of your job as being a man? Did you know that? We talking all this protect and provide, but you protecting them from what? You're protecting you from what? You don't even know what you up against. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Most of us men don't even know what we up against. Most of us men don't understand that this war is spiritual. It's spiritual. It's not physical. You're not going to win this war with your money. You're not. The things that really plague you in life, you're not going to be able to pay. You're not going to be able to pay for it to change. See, when we're talking about a purpose, when a man has a purpose, that's something outside of your mundane everyday life. Shout out to New York Nikki baby in the building. Hey, New York Nikki, how you doing? Another one of my lovely lady mods in the building today. Good to see you, New York Nikki. It's good, Dollar Washer. You see, when you talking about a man having a purpose, we're not talking about going to get a career. We're not talking about going to get a job and having an investment portfolio and none of that's purpose. None of that. None of that. And this is something that I've always noticed men never want to talk about. We want to talk about goals. We don't want to talk about purpose. We want to talk about goals and milestones. We don't want to talk about purpose. You see? See, because You could grow up and get all the money and be all the successful you could be. But did you break a generational curse? Did you do that? Did you break the generational curse of poverty in your family? See, if you ain't do that, you going and getting money and all of that, that's fine. Take care of your family, live your life. But you ain't done nothing special. All you did was find a way to live comfortably here on earth. But these next couple of generations, nothing's going to change because of you. The mindset will not change because of you. So the behavior will remain the same because of you. See, fellas, we gotta start looking at this shit different, fellas. I don't care who wanted to stay the same. I don't care who wanted to stay the same. Purpose. What is your purpose? I didn't say what's your goals. I said what's your purpose. Hey, Scorpio, how you doing? Shout out to Scorpio mama in the building. What's up, brother love? Salute to you, fam. What's your purpose? What is your purpose? See, we were born males for a reason. There's a purpose. See, don't let these internet gurus tell you that genders don't have roles. Don't let people tell you this stupid stuff, because all of this stuff is science. Every gender has assigned roles. Don't get mad at Tracy. Get mad at God. God gave he assigned things roles in life. There's roles that males play, females are supposed to play, because that keeps, if we all play our role correctly, that keeps everything here on earth in harmony. Because that's how God designed it to be. There will be peace if everybody and everything on earth knew its role and acted within its role. There'll be no chaos. There'll be no violence. There'll be none of that. But men are acting outside of their role. Women are acting outside of their roles. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, we don't have roles. See, that's a person who's sick in the head, because they don't understand life. There's a role, there's a reason that you have a sink in your bathroom. There's a role for the sink. There's a role for the toilet. There's a role for the shower. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, we not assigned roles. That's a person who don't know nothing about life. Fellas, don't let nobody gaslight you to start thinking like a fool. Everything in life has a role. Plants have roles. Trees have roles. Grass have roles. But men and women don't. But men and women don't all of a sudden. And we talking about outside of domestication. See, I'm not talking about your role in the house, your role in the family. No, I'm talking about bigger than that. There's a reason why you was born a male. God has an assigned purpose for you as a male. That's why he made you male. There's an assigned purpose behind that. There's an assigned purpose behind you being a female. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your role in the house and your role with the man. No, I'm talking about purpose. 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 God brought you here for what? To do what? Not to go get a job and have kids and have a 3-car girl. That ain't why God brought you here to this goddamn earth. That's not why you here. See, this is the conversation men don't want to have. Man, what we talking about here? What are we talking about here? That's a goofy. That's a goofy. That's a man with no depth. That's a man with no depth. This is why when most men hit the age 40, they become miserable. This is why they call it a midlife crisis. Because most men get caught in a crossroad because they've been living a life that they thought was the life they were supposed to live. Then when they get a certain age, they start looking around and realizing this shit ain't working for me. Now you in a midlife crisis. You done lost yourself. Now you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go now. That's because you never found your purpose as a man. Your purpose as a man isn't to just go out and do for everybody else. No, God assigned a purpose on your life. You see? He assigned a purpose to you. You don't know because you don't understand the curses that's on your life. You don't know that. You don't understand that. So you don't really know what you up against. This is why I keep telling y'all, money ain't going to be able to pay for it. Money not going to stop the devil. Money entices the devil. Do you notice that, fellas? You don't notice how money entices the demons? How the more money you get, Biggie said it a long time ago, more money, more problems, more money, more demons, more things you have to be up against spiritually. We ain't talking about your bills. We talking about spiritually. People turning against you. People lying on you. People making you out to be the enemy and everything. This is spiritual stuff. This is spiritual attacks. These are demons that's in your life. That's all around your life. That's been assigned to you because of your purpose. You don't know that though, brother. Because you think your purpose is to grow up, become a man, work, pay everybody bills, live for everybody, and die. That's how a lot of us think as men. And that's what the devil wants. He wants us to live a purposeless life. Purposeless life. That's why most of us men be miserable. Because we wake up one goddamn day after 30, 40 years of working and still are unfulfilled while everybody else run around smiling. Thanks, Daddy. Because we ain't live out our purpose. That's why we're unfulfilled, fellas. Because we not living out our purpose. See, let me say this. The majority of women, when they on earth, they live out their purpose. Because Guess what God said that a woman's purpose is? Why he created the female. Don't get mad at me. The majority of women, they live out their purpose that God got for them. Because God ain't designed women to do a bunch of stuff. He put it all on men. He put everything on Adam. He didn't put it on Eve. Y'all don't have much to do while y'all here on earth, ladies. God didn't make y'all purpose ain't that big. Y'all purpose is to assist a man. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the assignment he gave Eve. That's all you gotta do. Fellas, let's stop telling these women that they got all this stuff to do. They don't got all this stuff to do. They don't have to go get smarter. They don't have to go. They choose to do all that stuff. They don't have to. Your life's mission, your purpose, right? According to God, not Tracy. Right? Not me. All you are here for is to assist me in my purpose that God put on my life. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta do nothing else. You ain't gotta go become a scholar. You ain't gotta do all that. God ain't tell you that that's what you had to do, woman. He gave you simple directions. And if you follow them simple directions, you'll have a great life. All the intricacies and all of the stresses and the ills of life is put on the backs of men. This is why we need to change our conversation. Fellas, we run around here acting like we don't have shit that we dealing with, that we need to be talking about. We keep wanting to divert the conversation of women. No, women got it easy. And it ain't because of men, it's because of God. God said, here's a helpmate, a female. And she's here to help you fulfill my plan. That's all a woman's supposed to do in life. According to the word of God. Not according to DS1 Ross. Not according to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. According to the word of God. That's all she was put here to do. Simple. Simple. And they make it so difficult. This all you gotta do. You ain't gotta protect. You don't have to provide. You don't have to problem solve. You don't have to do none of that. That's not what you were put here to do, Miss Lady. Your job title and your responsibilities is simple. Your role is simple. Do what that man needs you to do, so he can get done what I told him to get done. That's all God. That's how God set it up. That ain't how we set it up as men. That's how God set it up. Help that man make sure the plan I put in his head goes through. Because the plan that I put in that man is a part of his purpose, which will help the goddamn world be better. Because it's going to bring people closer to God. So that's all I need you to do, woman. Keep that man head straight. Help that man stay on the right track. That's all. That's it. That's simple. Ain't nobody tell you to wash 1,000,000 dishes. Where that's at? Show me where that's at in the word. You gotta fold clothes, you gotta make sandwiches, you gotta mop, you gotta sweep. Where that's at? Huh? See, it's simple, fellas. Because we're designed to do the heavy lifting. And guess what that heavy lifting is? Fighting the spiritual battle. Breaking the family curses. That is the true key to freedom. Breaking your generational curses in your family. Getting rid of the demons that's in your bloodline. Removing certain lifestyles out of your family. Because those lifestyles are attached to demons. Because that's how the devil gets you to worship him. Through lifestyles. How you live your life. Yeah. That's how the devil get you to serve him. Through your lifestyle. Through your lifestyle. See, this is the conversations we need to be having, men. See, don't get up here and get to talking about women and you're a whoremonger. See, don't talk about body count when your problem is lust, brother. Your problem is lust. So if your problem is lust, how you going to talk about somebody else's? A woman's. How you going to talk about her body count when you one of the bodies? How you going to talk about these women and what these Jezebels and but you addicted to lust? You got a lust problem. And you don't know why you so lustful. You've been a freaky little boy. You've been a little freak since you was 8 years old. You see, you don't even know that it's a demon in your family. You have a generational curse on you of lust. That's why you can't control it. See, a lot of us men don't know this. Lust. That is what destroys powerful, godly men. Lust. But you on the internet all day talking about what these women doing, but you addicted to lust. Talk about you. See? Talk about that. Let's talk about it, fellas. Why are you so embarrassed to talk about yourself around other men? Huh? But you want to talk about masculinity. But you're not willing to be vulnerable around other men. That's because you intimidated. You scared. You scared. You scared of being attacked. You scared of being misunderstood. This is why us men need to have these conversations. Because there's a lot of men who are afraid to speak up about what's really taxing their spirits. They're afraid to speak out about it because they think they're going to get laughed at. They think they're going to get judged. This stuff is real. And this is why you have brothers taking themselves out. Because the brotherhood isn't strong enough. because there is no brotherhood unless it's a dollar attached to it. This is why a lot of men just go in that closet and pull that trigger. And it's a lot of you men walking around here acting like you don't care about it. You don't have to care, but don't say you stand up for men, because you don't. You don't. You see? See, because if you really stood for men, you'll have the conversations that men need to be having. Not this superficial, surface level BS. Because that ain't nothing but the Kevin Samuels conversation. Where a man work, what a man drive, how much is his tax bracket. That's all goofy shit. You know how we know that's goofy? Because we got men like Shannon Sharp, multimillionaire. He just had to pay a young lady $100 million because of his lust. His lust costed him $100 million. So we still need to be talking about that dumb shit? High value and where you work and can you provide and how much money you make a year? We still gonna talk that dumbass shit? As men, we still talking that? That man just paid $100 million to a girl because he was lustful. He was a nasty little freaky pervert. He had demons on him. He liked BDSM. Shannon Sharp, he liked BDSM. We already did the shows. We ain't gonna go back to it. Go check out the Shannon Sharp shows. When we cooked old Shannon, he's an old pervert. He one of them old freaky uncles from back in the day that like to put little girls on his lap. That's Shannon Sharp, an old freak. That's that lust. He got all that money. It made him freakier. He got all that money. Why he messing with them young white girls? He told that little white girl, I'm going to choke you when I see you. And then try to say that they was having sex talk. BDSM. Look at him, old freak. Lust. Costed him $100 million. Costed him $100 million. Lust. You want to keep going? Oh, Chad Ochocinco. Humiliated. Whole career. Embarrassed. Lust. Lust. Anthony Edwards. See, he had to pay his baby mama off to get him out of his life. Lust. To get that demon out of his life. He had to spend $100 million to get that, to pay her off. He paid this woman money for herself and 18 years worth of child support to get this woman out of his life. A demon that came to him and attached their self to him through his lust. Through his lust. Generational curse. You ain't just dealing with lust because you a male. You ain't just dealing with lust because you a woman. No, it's a demon behind that. Do you know that? Do you know it's a demon behind unforgiveness? You men are 50 plus years old, still getting on these panels. Well, you know these women out here are hoes. Bro, you 50 something years old. You still haven't forgave yourself. You still haven't forgave that woman for what she did. She's still renting space in your mind. Unforgiveness. Unforgiveness. That's a demon. Because you know what unforgiveness does to you, brothers? You know what it does? It keeps you stagnant. keep you stuck in the same mental space, the same head space you stay stuck in. What's up, April Lynn? How you doing? You see? Now you've allowed the demon that's attached to unforgiveness to prevent you from fulfilling your purpose. Because see, a lot of times, fellas, we don't look at things like this. Maybe sometimes we go through things so we can learn how to teach someone else how to deal with things. See, we men, fellas, we not women. See, when women go through shit, they want to go through shit and don't want to go through it again. God ain't designed us that way. God designed us for the battlefield. So it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. That's why he gave us a helpmeet. It's not going to stop. As long as your brain is on, the devil is on. Let me say that again. As long as your brain is turned on, the devil's at work, fellas. The devil is coming around to steal and rob you of your purpose in life. So you don't fulfill the objective that God has for your life, so you could die and go to hell. You think you just die and go to hell for your sins? You don't think you'll go to hell for not fulfilling the purpose that God put in you? That's why the devil tempts you to live a certain way so you never even see yourself having a purpose. Your life be so hard that you don't even see you have a purpose outside of selling crack, outside of robbing people, outside of lying to people, outside of manipulating people, outside of scamming people. You don't see yourself outside of that. The devil wants that so he can control the next 4 or 5 generations of your existence. Yeah. That's why he wants you caught up in the life. All of the lights, all of the lights. That's why he wants you caught up in the lights. Turn out the lights in here, baby. That's why they want you caught up in that. Because guess what's all in the lights? Demons masters people. Fast cars, shooting stars. Demons masters humans. So they influence you and entice you to begin to live a lifestyle that will rob you of your purpose. It'll block you from your purpose. It'll make you think that your purpose in life is to live the lifestyle that you live in. YOLO, remember that? You only live once. So I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to live it up. Listening to Drake. Listening to Drake. YOLO, you only live once. I'm going to get drunk till I can't stand up. You only live once. Demon. You only live once. Yeah, because you going to hell. You only live once because you going to hell. Yes, you going to hell. That's why you only going to live once. You ain't going to live again because you going to hell. Because you believe in YOLO. Yeah. I just want to be successful. I just want to be successful. So you don't think there's no successful people in hell? You think because you successful, you not going to hell. You know, I bought a house. Me and my wife got cars. Our life ain't difficult. We living good. So you think you going to heaven? See, this is what the devil tells men. This is what the devil told me growing up. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. I grew up watching that as a poor black kid in the hood. It used to come on regular TV. I ain't grow up with cable. I ain't get cable till I became a teenager. I had regular TV. Yeah, lifestyles of the rich and famous. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. See, this shit attracted me from a young boy. This is why they used to put this on regular TV. To get poor people enticed with the lifestyle that really shines a light on the devil. See, we don't know that though, because we poor. We just trying to live an easier life. Right? Right? This we just be trying to make life easier. Come on, DS1, ain't nothing wrong with that. No, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's not a part of your purpose. You can live as comfortable as you want here on earth. That don't mean you fulfilled your purpose. Oh, you think your purpose is 2-car garage, a backyard, a big house. You think that's your God-given purpose as a man. I worked, I built my house, and that's your purpose? Oh, you don't think it's homeowners in hell? Huh? Ain't no homeowners in hell. Ain't no financially literate people in hell. Huh? Ain't no people with 2- and 3-car garages and entrepreneurs. They ain't in hell, right? Because they was successful. They ain't died broke, so they ain't go to hell. You see the dumb shit we tell each other as men? Do you? You think because you a millionaire, you not going to hell? Oh, so ain't no millionaires in hell. Because you was successful on earth. You was able to help people and give out money. So you ain't going to hell. So you ain't succumb to no demons. You ain't break no generational curses. You ain't done none of that. So you ain't going to hell, right? According to you. See, this why I don't like talking to y'all dudes, because y'all too superficial. And all that superficial shit to me is feminine. All this superficial talk is feminine. I'm past barbershop talk. We too old for that. We too old for that. We don't need to talk about that. We need to talk about the things that got grown men taking their life. Do you know that S word? Do you know that that's a demon? There's a demon attached to taking your life. This is why God forbids that for you to commit that act. There's a demon behind that. Taking your life, there's a demon that entices you to take your life. That's not your mind, brother. That's not you telling you to do that. That's a demon, bro. That's a demon. Poverty is a demon. Lust is a demon. Greed is a demon. Sloth is a demon. Envy is a demon. Greed is a demon. These are demons that plague men, that plague men, that plague us. That's all up in our bloodline. That's why you come from a family of hustlers. It's in your bloodline. That's why you was inclined to the streets. That's why when you was a little boy, you always used to look at the drug dealers because your great-great-grandfather was a drug dealer. It's in your blood. It's in your blood. It's in your blood. It's in your blood to like them fast women. Did you know your great-great-great-great uncle was a pimp? Did you know that? No. Because you don't know what's in your blood. You don't know where you come from. You don't know who you come from. You don't know why you like what you like. You don't know what's been pushing you all these years toward a certain life. Those are demons, bro. Those are demons. Because the same man your uncle was and the demons that plagued him, those demons want to plague you and plague your son and plague his son and plague his son and plague his son. Yeah. 3 to 4 generations, generational curses, bloodline. Bloodline. You don't even know. You don't even know what plagues you. Mental illness running your bloodline. You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that's why you starting to get weird, strange thoughts in your mind. You don't even know schizophrenia is in your bloodline. Did you know that, brother? But you know about the stock market. But you got a stock portfolio. But you don't know that at a certain point in your life, a switch going to click on in your brain and you going to go crazy. You don't know that though. You don't even know that happened to men in your family generations before you. You don't even know that. You don't know that. That at the age 30, between 35 and 40, the men in your family start losing their minds. You don't know that. That's a demon. Alzheimer's, that's a demon. See, that's one thing I learned being in school and studying psychology. They don't talk about demonology because demonology is part of psychology. Because they don't want to tell us that these mental illnesses is demon possession. They don't want to tell us this, but it is. Because the lifestyles that our ancestors partook in served the devil. Yeah, it served the devil. Mm-hmm. You know, all that partying back in the day. That ain't just start with them. That came from your ancestors who fed demons. That's when you're partying. That's what you're doing. You're celebrating demons. That's why when you party, the liquor is around. The drugs are around. A party is nothing but a seance in hell. You think they don't have parties in hell? They do. Partying, music blasting. They playing NBA Youngboy at the party in hell. They playing Boss Man D-Lo. It's the motion party you cannot get in. They're going to be playing that in hell. Mm-hmm. Boy, I'm really like that. Mm-hmm. There's a motion party you cannot get in. They're gonna be playing that in hell. You're gonna hear all Boss Man D-Lo songs in hell. Boy, I'm really like that. Hell music. Cardi B, hell music. Hell. Because it promotes a lifestyle that's gonna send you directly to hell. That's sending all our kids to hell at 12. 12 years old, your kid dead in a coffin. Hell. You think they're going? They're going to hell. I know that might make you feel it's the truth. It's the truth. Because as a man, you spent your whole life living a false life. You wasn't focused on your purpose. And see, guess what our purpose is, fellas? Guess what our purpose is? To bring people to God. Guess how we bring people to God? Through our testimony. Through your testimony is your life's examples and your experiences on why God is real. Because he brought you through a lot of stuff. That's the purpose of a testimony. And that's what brings you to your purpose. That's when you begin to understand your purpose. When you understand the power of your testimony, all the shit you've been through. It's so you can be a living example to others. Bro, that's what this is about, bro. This ain't for us to flex against each. No, you are who you are, bro. I'm happy for you. Because guess what? God's light is that's inside of you is going to shine on some other men. And the light that's in me from God going to shine on some other men. This ain't no competition, bro. I ain't here to compete with no man. I'm in my own lane. Always have been. I don't compete for nothing with dudes. I don't do that because I understand what this is about. This ain't no competition. This is about collaboration, brother. This is about collaboration. Collaboration. Cooperation. Not competition. You know who wants us to compete? The devil. Because competition, right? Competition and the way that we compete and be divisive against each other, that's in the realm of the devil. Because you're quarreling with your brother. You're quarreling. That's what the devil wants. Quarreling creates confusion. Quarreling stirs up anger. Demon. See how the demons start coming? Rage. See, some of us men got that demon of rage on us. And once we let that demon activate, some of us don't remember what we done did. See, that's how you know it's a demon. Some of us get so upset, we don't remember what happened. How do I know this? I was one of them. I was like that when I was younger. I get mad and black out. I was one of those. Is that feeling of when I get revved up, is that feeling still there? Yes. But now I know how to identify it. See, today's show, why most men fail to break their family curse? Because they can't identify it. They can't identify it first. You don't even know that you under a family curse. You don't even know. You don't know. You don't know how to identify it. Because you haven't done any work on yourself. You did the financial work. You went to the gym. You got the good job. You did that work. You did all the outer work. No inner. No inner work. Why you think you had men right here in the manosphere take their lives? Huh? Shout out to Freezy in the building. Salute, my brother. Shalom. Freezy says the Bible calls it revelings. Shout out to my brother Freezy. I'm gonna hit you up, Freezy, on the gram too, man. I want to be a part of that Bible study, bro. Shout out to my guy Freezy. Salute to the No Cap crew. Shout out to my brother Dale Debonair in the building. He says, what else do they call liquor? Spirits. Exactly. Exactly. Spirits. So when you have alcoholism in your bloodline, then that means you have demons in your bloodline. So you wonder why at a certain age you wanted to taste, you wanted to drink beer? Ever since you grew up, every time you see somebody with a beer or a cup of liquor, you just looking at it since you was a young boy. You just looking. Wonder, you never knew why you was attracted to it. You never knew why you like weed smoke when you smell weed. You never knew why. It's in your blood. It's in your bloodline. You come from a long line of people who get high and get drunk and party and gamble. I know, because that's where I come from. That don't mean we not good people. But that's the life we indulged in. These are the lifestyles my ancestors was convinced to partake in. Who you think convinces you to do wrong? The devil. That's not you. That's not you. The devil convinces you to do the wrong thing, not yourself. See, now I'm starting to understand this much more. We be thinking it's us telling ourselves the wrong thing. That's the devil, bro. The devil telling you to do the wrong thing. The devil has been telling you to do the wrong thing since you've been a little goddamn boy. Do you know that? The devil been telling you not to be hard-headed. Don't listen to your mama. Don't listen to, that's the devil. That's the devil. Do you know that? This is why they say you got to pray over your kids. Pray over your children. Don't just pray for them. Pray over them. If you got grown adults that's controlled by demons, you think demons don't control children and influence children to do things? Come on. We got to think about this, fellas. We got to think about this. We're living this life as men, worried about all the wrong things. We worry about all the wrong things. What's up, Sigma boy? What up, Kwafi? Shout out to my man Kwafi in the building. Salute, my brother. Gluttony. Gluttony. Gluttonous. You don't even know. Gluttony, you feeding a demon. You feeding a demon. This is why I told y'all I lost a lot of my weight from fasting. Fasting throughout the day. Not eating for a certain amount of hours throughout a 24-hour period. See, I didn't, and the reason why the weight fell off, and I got to get back in the gym because I ain't gonna lie, I've been neglecting it. Right? But the reason why the weight fell off is because I was starving out a demon. See, when you're dealing with gluttony, you're not feeding yourself. You're feeding what's telling you to continue to eat. Let me say that again. Because this is a huge part right here, fellas, that y'all got to understand. You're not feeding you. You're not being fed. You're feeding the demon. So when that demon tells you to go do something and you do it, you just fed it. Go eat them donuts. Oh, you just ate some donuts? Now go get a honey bun. Oh, you just ate some donuts in the honey bun? Oh, that's okay. Now go get some chips. It won't be that bad if you go eat some chips. Oh, you just ate some chips? Okay, that's cool. You can go get you a little cup of Pepsi. You done ate 17,000 calories. You didn't even know that. You feeding a demon. You think you feeding it. You think you feeding yourself. You think you hungry. No, you're feeding a demon. And now you're obese. And now you're obese. This is why fasting is a good thing, because you starving out that demon. See, I didn't know that. See, now I understand why they say fasting is a spiritual thing. Because you're starving out that demon that's telling you to keep eating, keep eating, keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. This is why they say when you fast and you pray, you get breakthroughs. Now, listen, y'all. I wasn't born in the word. And I'm not saying this as nothing to be proud of, because a lot of you dudes get on the internet and you talk as if being born outside of the will of God is something cool. I grew up in the streets, and I grew up because I grew up, and I grew up. Bro, that ain't nothing to be, bro. That ain't nothing to be proud of, bro. Growing up outside of the will of God. When you get older, bro, do you know what that means? That means you're gonna have to create a foundation for yourself. You're gonna have to start from the beginning. That ain't cool, bro. I'm getting baby revelations at my age when I should be when I should be. Come on, bro. But I know why I'm at where I'm at, because I know where my foundation is. But see, it's never too late. That's one thing I learned too. It's never too late. It's never too late. And this is what I'm here to tell brothers. Stop thinking you here for anything else outside of God's purpose. And our job as men is to break cycles in our families. Break these curses. So we can truly live for God and serve God. The devil be in our way, fellas. Tell the truth. Because we live in a lifestyle that the devil prescribed for us. You grew up broke. So now you grow up a hustler. So now you live the hustler lifestyle. So now you have the hustler's ambition. Now you have a hustler's mentality. A hustler mentality ain't nothing but another form of manipulation. Because if you a hustler, you got to know how to manipulate and finesse. Who manipulates and finesse? The devil. But I'm a proud hustler. Yeah, you a proud liar. See, fellas. See, this is why I said the barbershop stuff, the barbershop talk gotta end. We gotta be honest. What did the hustlers do? Sell us poison. and manipulate young men to go out on the block and ruin their life and throw their life away at a young age. That's what the hustlers did. Why we still oh, I'm a hustler. Why we still doing that, bro? Why we still identifying? See, because when we identify like that, we identifying a curse. See, we don't know that though. We identifying a curse. You a hustler, just like your daddy, just like all your uncles, just like all your older cousins, and just like your grandfather. So what have changed for you? Huh? So what's going to change for your son? And what's going to change for his son? And what's going to change for his brother? And what's going to change for his cousins? Nothing. So what did you actually do as a man in life for your family besides feed them? Besides do all the things that is called maintenance for a child? Besides pay all the bills, feed them and clothe them? What you really taught them about life? What you actually showed him about life? Outside of the mundane things of living, what does he learn from you? See, this is what we got to start thinking about as men. What you really stand on and represent. Or are you just a regular dude? Because it's okay to be that too. It's okay to be that too. Shout out to Elevated on Up. What's going on, Elevated? It's on us to break that cycle. Exactly. Shout out to James in the building. Salute. Hey, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor in the building. What's up, Tay-Tay? How you doing, Zaire? Shout out to Miss Zaire in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Elevated. Shout out to Miss Rain and Woman for the super chat. I appreciate you, Miss Rain and Woman. She says, welcome back, fam. Thank you, Miss Rain and Woman. Good to see you. One of my top lovely lady mods in here, showing her support as usual. Thank you so much, Miss Rain and Woman. Shout out to my brother, Dale Debonair on the pull-up. He says, Ephesians 6:12. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in heavenly places. Spiritual warfare. Shout out to my brother Dale Debonair. I appreciate that, my brother. Thanks for sharing that scripture, bro. You see? Shout out to my comrade Po Boy Films in the building. Shout out to my comrade, man. That's my brother, man. Shout out to my brother Po Boy Films. Salute. James says, I had to see the weakness and the distress in that and find worth outside of tangible things. Exactly. 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 We have to find our purpose outside of the mundane living of men and the mundane things of men. You see? We have to. We have to find meaning for ourselves as men. What is the meaning of all of this? It's in the word of God. It's for us to live out his purpose that he has for us as males, as the male species. That's why. That's why. And we have to know that there's forces that's been holding us back from this. And we're in a world that influences and entices men to do things other than that. We have to understand this. have to understand this, fellas. I'm not talking about what she has to understand, because she don't have to understand it in the manner that we have to. All her job is to do is to help you. That's her God-given purpose. Her God-given purpose ain't to do nothing else. You know who slayed giants in the Bible? Men. You know who conquered? Men, not women. The power of women is in their submission. That's the power of women. If you look at different instances in the Bible dealing with women, the acts of the powerful women in the book was their submission to God. This is why God told her to submit to you as a man. That's all she has to do in life. She don't have nothing else to do. She's not designed to break curses. She's not designed to stand up against principalities. She's not designed for that. She's designed to assist you while you do it. That's all she has to do. But see, as men, are we doing that? Are we slaying the demons in our life? Is that even something we think about? Thank you, Elevated On Up. I appreciate the 199 super sticker. Salute to you. Shout out to Danny. What up, Danny? Good to see you, bro. Salute to you, man. Po Boy says, got me thinking about the cycles of DV with the men in my family and how trying to avoid it intentionally almost took me out. The war for our soul is real. Exactly. You see that? Shout out to my brother Po Boy Films. You see what he just said? He just described a generational curse in his family that men have to deal with. The cycle of domestic violence with men in my family. See, that's a curse. That's a generational curse. That is a generational curse. So much that even he dealt with it. You see what he said? It almost took him out. Because he had to deal with it in his life. Domestic violence. These are curses, fellas. These the conversations. I think these the conversations we need to have that'll be a whole lot more interesting. These are the conversations that interest me. Not this goofy. I don't like getting on a panel, looking at a video and, oh, so what do you think about that? And that's goofy to me. That's goofy. Respectfully. That's goofy. That's goofy. This brother just said he had to combat the demon of domestic violence in his family. See, why are we not talking about this? Reality. Since we want to talk about how manly we are, then why don't we talk about reality? Why we get on the internet and go into virtual reality and start talking about fake stuff and start talking about entertainment? Huh? Why can't we use our media platforms to help one another, brothers? Why are we using what y'all like to call the devil's internet to act like a devil? Why are you using the devil's devices to act like the devil? Did you ever think about that? You're using something that creates and promotes evil, and you just keep replicating it. This is the game plan of the devil, of Satan. This is his game plan. This is his whole game plan, to get you to replicate the system that he created. So if we create an idiot box and get people to come on here and talk like idiots, then my job is done. Then my job is done. Shout out to OG Bobby Johnson in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute. Shout out to the tribe. What's good, the tribe? Those forces are incomprehensibly to those who don't think critically. Good point. That's a good point, the tribe. But in these days and times, the tribe, with all the stuff that's going on, you can't be simple-minded. You can't be. You just can't. You just can't. Shout out to Spartacus in the building. Peace. Peace to Spartacus. Hey, Miss Country Girl Queena. Great to see you. We got another top lovely lady mod in here today. Great to see you, Miss Queena. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Miss Queena. Spartacus says, hook, line, and sinker on all of us. Satan knows how to get what he wants. He knows how to get what he wants out of us. Because see, and let me say this correctly. Because the devil is more familiar with us than God. See, a lot of us are afraid to admit that the devil know you and your whole bloodline. God know who he made us to be. But you could come from a long line of devil lovers. Notice I didn't say devil worshipers. I said devil lovers. Devil lovers. Lovers of the devil. Because you come from a long line of people who participated in devilish acts as a way of life. This is why I'm telling y'all, my foundation is not in that book. It's not in the Bible. That's not my foundation. I'm trying to make that my foundation. My foundation is get it how you live. We got to make it out here. That don't mean we didn't pray. I was taught how to pray when I was a little boy. But the lifestyle didn't match. We lived the lifestyle of people just trying to make it. Just trying to make it. God wasn't prevalent. Wasn't going to church. Wasn't going. Did I know who God was? Did I pray every night? Yeah. I was raised to do that. But that didn't stop them curses. Because again, my foundation was shaky. Yeah, I knew certain things to do, but I wasn't rooted in it. I wasn't rooted in it. You see? But it just seems like, right? It just seems like the older I get, the more it just comes up in my mind about what's really important, what really matters. So you know why a lot of men who's been leaving stuff to their children and all of that, you know why a lot of their children don't go on and do good things with their inheritance and things like that no more? Because they're not rooted in the word of God. You think you're gonna leave your kids an inheritance here in America without them having no godly instruction, without them being rooted in nothing dealing with God? And when I say God, I'm talking about the God of the Bible. Because a lot of y'all say God, and a lot of y'all gods is the devil. I'm talking about the God of the Bible. Okay? That's who I'm talking about. Yahweh Shah. That's who I'm talking about. If you're not rooted in any of that stuff, at any point, your foundation can be uprooted. And your life can turn upside down at any time. At any time. When most men are stressed out, where do they go? They go to the bar. They go to the bar. Do you know that alcohol is a demon? Do you know that? Let me pull it up. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Von Doom. What's good, Von Doom? Salute to you, fam. Freezy says, about to send you a PayPal. This the best show on YouTube right now. Yo, shalom to my brother Freezy, man. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, bro. That's why I said, man, I'm gonna hit you up on the gram, man. I need to get in that Bible study, bro. Real talk. Elevated on up says, if you don't break the curses, you'll leave the sins of yourself or the fathers before you. Exactly. But see, here's what I found out, elevated on up. And this is, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, Freezy. Shout out to my brother Dale Debonair in the building too. Y'all brothers can correct me if I'm wrong. But the curses only last 3 to 4 generations. So, and this is all praises due to God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord God. Thank you. That my son starts over. His blood is fresh because he's the 5th generation. I'm the 4th. I'm the 4th. So my son starts the bloodline over. This is why his foundation is in that word, is in that book. My son has 2 Bibles. My son is 1 year old. He goes and gets his Bible and act like he's reading. He does this already. And I thank God for that, because that don't come from me. That don't come from me. I used to love to read growing up, but I didn't grab that Bible. And I had a Bible in the house growing up. No matter how much or whatever was going on, it was a Bible in my house since I was a little boy. My son grabs the Bible. So he's going to start over. It's going to start new with him. Absolutely, reigning woman. Hallelujah. Because my son will be the 5th generation. My brother Dale Debonair says that's correct. So I'm still living out the curses of my great-great-grandfather and my grandfather and my dad. I'm the fourth generation. I'm the fourth generation. So my son is the fifth. He starts new. He starts new. So it ain't in his blood to do what his daddy did. And when I say that, I'm talking about the sins, the curses. He starts new. He starts new. He starts new. So guess what that means, fellas? I have a chance, right, to raise my son in the way that God want him to grow up in to be. And all I have to do is to protect him and guide him through God's word. Because I have to show him through my lifestyle how I'm living, how I'm speaking to him, how I'm raising him, how I'm talking to him, how I treat his mother, how he see me treat his mother. Now, all I have to do is do what's right to him and for him and teach him about demons. See, growing up, we was told not to drink because drinking was bad. I think a lot of us wouldn't have never picked up no liquor or no beer if we was told it's a demon. That's a demon. What if we was told that that's a demon? Do you think you would have picked up that cup of liquor when you was a little boy? Let's be honest, fellas. Would you would have started smoking if you would have knew that that come from hell? What if we was told that? Just like that. Because we was told not to do drugs and drink. I'm not saying we wasn't told that, but we were told in that manner. Don't drink and don't do drugs. We should have been told, don't drink and do drugs because those are demons. That's what I'm going to tell my son. Son, you don't drink alcohol because alcohol's a demon. Alcohol is a demon, son. Drugs is weed is those are demons. Those are demons, son. That's why daddy and mommy don't want you dealing with that, because you're going to put demons in your life and it's going to destroy you. And if it doesn't destroy you, it'll open the door to destroy your son and destroy your grandson and destroy your great-grandson and your great-great-grandson, son. See, that's what I'm going to tell my son. It's a demon, son. That's why daddy don't want you to touch it, because it's a demon. That's a demon. Daddy, it's just a bottle with liquid in it. It's a demon in there. The alchemical process that it takes to make liquor is demonic. A lot of these liquor brands and these companies, the emblems, the logos are demons. Look at the logo for gin, for Seagram's gin, a demon. A gargoyle, a demon. A demon. Look, let me show y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. If y'all are here, do me a favor, hit that like button, y'all. Support the show if y'all would like to support the show. It is very much appreciated. It's very much appreciated. Let me pull this up real quick, because I always wanted to show this on the show, but let me show y'all this. This is real life. When I found this out, I couldn't believe it. Y'all give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. Shout out to everyone in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Double tap your screens if you're here through the vertical feed. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Danny says, do say. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. The double crosses. Check this out, y'all. I found this out from YouTube. Literally. This exact video right here. Let's get into it. Let's read this. It says, be drunk with love, for love is all that exists. Listen, y'all. Listen to this. Be drunk with love, for love is all that exists. Where is intimacy found if not in the give and take of love? Rumi. This is a person named Rumi who wrote this. See, we got to be careful with statements like this that we think is all cute and profound. It's demonic. Let's read it again. Be drunk with love. God tells you to never be drunk, not even with love. He don't want you to be drunk on anything. Be drunk with love, for love is all that exists. Hear that? Don't it sound like a demon? For love is all that exists. You know how the devil loves to think he's profound and he's so articulate. That's all demonic shit because it's narcissistic. Whereas intimacy found if not in the give and take of love. Rumi. Now let's read this. Wine is a mocker. Strong drink is raging. And whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. Jesus, Proverbs 20:1.
From its roots in ancient alchemy to its role in modern culture, alcohol presents a paradox, a substance that offers temporary relief while often veiling deeper truths. The alcohol sitting on your shelf has a secret origin tied to ancient mysticism and alchemy, a connection so profound it could change the way you see reality forever. What lies hidden in the term alcohol might just blow your mind. The term alcohol originates from Arabic, where it was initially used to describe a fine, powdered substance made from antimony, often applied to the eyes as kohl.
Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear that? Alcohol. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Pay attention, y'all. You Muslims that claim you don't drink. Okay.
Blow your mind. The term alcohol originates from Arabic, where it was initially used to describe a fine, powdered substance made from antimony, often applied.
Alcohol comes from where? It's an Arabic word. Islam. Arabic. Alcohol. Alcohol. Arabic. Islam. Antichrist. Islam. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Them goddamn Arabs love the devil. Oh, Shaitani, 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 Shaitani. They always talking that Shaitani, They love Satan because they love that alcohol. They love that alcohol. They love that drink. They love that alcohol. It comes from where? Where it come from? Let's rewind it. For they think I'm making up stuff. Let's rewind it. Where it come from? Let's show them where it come from, DS1.
Relief, while often veiling deeper truths. The alcohol sitting on your shelf has a secret origin tied to ancient mysticism and alchemy, a connection so profound it could change the way you see reality forever. What lies hidden in the term alcohol might just blow your mind. The term alcohol originates from Arabic, where it was initially used to describe a fine, powdered substance made from antimony, often applied to the eyes as kohl. This subtle essence was believed to purify vision, not just in the physical sense, but symbolically, enhancing one's ability to see beyond surface realities. Over time, alcohol came to signify the essence derived through alchemical processes, specifically distillation. This essence, whether material or spiritual, represented a refined state, distilled from gross matter into a purified, potent form. In alchemy, alcohol aligns with the principle of transformation, a core tenet of spiritual practices. Just as physical substances undergo distillation to extract their essence, the soul undergoes a similar process of refinement through spiritual practices. However, when this essence is misapplied, such as in the overuse of alcohol, it serves as a deceptive substitute for true spiritual transformation, mimicking the transcendence it was meant to inspire. The process of distillation, central to creating alcohol, mirrors spiritual alchemy. In material terms, distillation separates the pure from the impure, yielding a concentrated product. Mystically, this corresponds to the soul's journey through the trials of existence, emerging purified and closer to the divine. However, alcohol itself becomes a paradoxical metaphor in this context. While it is the product of a refined process, its consumption often leads to disconnection rather than union. The spiritual essence that alchemy seeks to distill is one of higher consciousness, clarity, and divine connection. Alcohol, as a physical substance, simulates this experience by altering perception and consciousness, but it remains a shadow of the true inner transformation achieved through practices like meditation, prayer, and self-discipline. Instead of uplifting the soul, alcohol often anchors it further into the material realm.
Need I say more? Need I say more when it comes to that? Need I say more? Shout out to Kwafi Nino. Salute, Kwafi. I appreciate the super chat, my brother. Kwafi says you hit the nail on the head. We are at our worst on YouTube now because we are not healing before we build, because we miss steps. How can we help others when we're still living in confusion? Absolutely, my brother Kwafi. Absolutely. But see, listen, Kwafi, here is how we can help each other, because all brothers are not confused. This is why we need the brothers who do understand in which the way that we think the brothers should be going. Any brothers that agree with that brother should get behind that brother and support that brother and follow him. You see, because what you're saying is we can't have blind leading the blind. Somebody eyes got to be open. Somebody got to be able to see through this matrix. That's what you're saying. And I agree with that. But it's a lot of us out here. And it's a lot of us who get ignored. And people just continue to participate in the malarkey and pretend as if it's nothing out here for them. It's no brothers out here that's trying to, move in the right way. You see, as a group of men, we have to start promoting the men who's out here doing the work. Everybody's not included. Only the men who's doing the work. I don't care about your views. I don't care about your money. I don't care about your popularity. I don't care about who you think you are as a YouTuber. I'm talking about the quality of your content. If it can't help men break through certain things spiritually, we don't need you. You're an entertainer. You're a goofy. Okay? So keep your clown suit on, keep dancing. And when we need a mascot for one of our children's birthday parties, maybe we'll call one of y'all. But when it comes to doing real man shit, y'all not involved. And see, we got to stop thinking we can involve everybody, men. A lot of us be operating like women, thinking everybody's invited. Men don't operate like that. No, everybody's not invited. Yes, there's qualifications to be here. And we don't care how cool you are. We don't care how many people you got in your chat. We don't care how many subscribers you got. You a goofy. You're goofy. You don't stand for nothing. Stay over there in your goofy realm. It's just that simple. And that's the problem, Kwafi. That's the problem, man. The men in this space won't get behind the men that's doing the work. Because when you hear the word doing the work, the first thing come to a lot of these dudes' mind is, oh, can I get some money? See, those are dudes that don't even need to be around. Because those guys don't have the mindset of a man. They have the mindset of a little boy. Oh, if I come to this meeting, am I going to get paid? Like a little teenage boy. You got to pay him to listen, like a teenager. See, these are men that don't even need to be invited to stuff. Let them stay where they are. It ain't about numbers. It's not about numbers. We know it's not about the numbers because 1%, there's a group of 1%ers who control the whole goddamn population on earth. 1%. So we don't need all these numbers. We don't need all the men we can have. No, we need men that's willing to stand on his mission. That's all we need. God gonna do the rest. That's all we need. That's all we need. Shout out to my man Bucket in the building. Appreciate you, my brother Bucket. He said, welcome back, DS1. Appreciate you, fam. It's a day one supporter right there. Shout out to my guy Bucket 88. Shout out to Ford Focus. Appreciate that super chat. Ford Focus says, welcome back, bro. These liquor and spirits people run with the episode type as well. Absolutely, bro. Shout out to Ford Focus. You know, I was just talking about this yesterday. Who remembers when, you know, I'm from up north, all right? And I'm not bragging, all right? Because I know a lot of y'all people from the South and the Midwest, y'all kind of don't like when New Yorkers brag about being from New York. And I understand why, because I got family all over. And I've been traveling since I was a kid. So I got cousins everywhere. So I always knew that y'all didn't like New Yorkers that bragged about being from New York. All right. So it's not about me being from New York, but when you're from a main metropolitan city here within the 50 states, like New York City, there's a certain life that you live. And there's a lot of things that I remember as a kid. And one of the things, and I was just talking about this yesterday, one of the things I remember as a kid was all the liquor stores when I was a kid said wines and spirits, all of them. Where now, if you go to New York, all the liquor stores, if it's not an older liquor store from the 90s or the 80s, it's all going to say liquor store, or it's going to say liquors or wines and liquors. But when I was growing up, they all said wines and spirits, wines and spirits. It'll have the owner name, the person or the people who own the store, and then it'll say wines and spirits. So when I first found this video that I just played for y'all about alcohol, when I first found out that the actual name. Do y'all know alcohol is the name of the spirit? I hope y'all caught that. That's why I played y'all the video. Alcohol is the name of the demon. That's the name of the demon, y'all. That's the name of the demon in Arabic. Alcohol. That's the name of the demon. Specifically, that's the name. Who would have knew that growing up? Who would have knew that growing up? When the word was just thrown around frivolously. That's the name of the demon, alcohol. That's the name of him. That's not describing the demon. That's not telling you what the demon does. That's the name of the demon, alcohol. Let's think about that, fellas. Because when we start feeling stressed out, we go grab that bottle of what? Alcohol. If you were older gentlemen back in the 70s and in the 80s, y'all mix what and what? My daddy kept a blunt and some alcohol. A 40 and a blunt went together. Alchemical process. Mixing of the demons. Liquor and weed. Beer and weed. Beer and crack. Alchemical process. You mixing up two different demons. I didn't say this. I just showed y'all that that's the name of the demon. Alcohol. I just showed y'all this. It's a demon. So when you mix that demon with another demon, it's called alchemy. It's called alchemy. You know, the Egyptians did this. This is how they created monsters. You know, when they do gene splicing and mix different DNAs and stuff, that's called alchemy. To create a whole different being. That's called alchemy. That's the devil. Demons do that. Demons do that. Alchemy. But you think that's from you. No, that's demons. But guess what the demons teach you? To be like them. So this is why you think alchemy is a part of your culture. This is why you think crystals is a part of your culture. Because the devil wants you to be like him. So you could be in hell with him. Is it starting to get a little clearer? The devil wants you to be in hell with him. That's his job, to convince you to come be with him in hell, because that's where he at. Oh, you think hell is his paradise? No, hell is his punishment, just like it's going to be ours if we listen to him. Yeah, see, a lot of y'all think hell, that's the devil's kingdom and like the devil down there comfortable. No, he down there getting tormented. The same thing that's going to happen to you when you go to hell. The devil ain't down there chilling. Or you think he chilling? You think all them demons down there chilling? No, they miserable. They so goddamn miserable that they want us to live their life on earth. They want to live through us. This is how miserable they are. They want to get out of hell so bad, they want to live through us. That's why they convince us to live like them. Because vicariously, they living through us. See? You see? See why they won't tell you that demonology is part of psychology? So you don't know nothing about generational curses. You calling it mental health. Huh? I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm in the mental health field. But I just got to tell the truth. They want to tell you it's mental illness when it's demon possession. I was around them boys. Them boys fighting demons, man. Them boys fighting demons. Depression is a demon. Anxiety is a demon. Stress these are demons. There's beings behind these feelings that plague your life. There's actual beings behind it. These are not just feelings. Oh, those are my feelings. So you could be happy all day and see something on TV and it totally just shuts your whole emotions down, and you think that that's natural? You think that that's you? You think that that's how the human mind works? No, that's what they want you to think in psychology. No, that's a demon that's influencing you. That's a demon. That's what that is. Ain't no, I was happy all day, then I walked in the house and got depressed, and that's just how the mind worked. No. See, I knew they was lying to me in class when they try to make me believe that. Now, of course, I got to write it, do my reports, and pass my classes, but I know that was hogwash. I knew that was BS. It's something influencing that depression when you was just happy all day. There's something influencing that. You may not know that. You may not know that because you might think it's you. I'm telling you today, fellas, it is not. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. And this is why we fail to break the family curses, because we think it's us. Oh, I did this. And you know what else the devil specializes in? Shame. See, the devil love to keep you ashamed of what you done. The devil specializes in that, fellas. That's why when we get down, we go to the bar and sit there and get drunk with our head down. That's the devil. That's the devil. Bro, let's just picture a man that's stressed out that done went down to the local bar. He's sitting at the goddamn bar with his head down, throwing back shots. Just let's picture that. That's a demonic attack. You notice the devil not around when you're happy. You notice demons don't be around when you're happy. When you're vibrating on high levels, when you're dealing with positivity, when you're dealing with light, you notice the devil ain't around. But as soon as you leave, all that happiness, all that goodness, all that positivity, here come the devil. You sure you happy? You forgot what you've been going through? That's the devil. You just left a place around positive people. You was happy. Them people uplifted you and everything. You driving down the road and then the stress just hit you. That's a demon. That's a demon, bro. That's a demon. That's a demon. And do you know it's people that deal with this stuff in the family, throughout families. It's called mental health. It's called mental health problems. It's called mental health. That's what they call it. Because they don't just want to say, hey, it's demonic influence and demon possession. They don't want to say that. Because that's what's behind your family curses. Demons. That's what's behind alcoholism. That's behind drug addiction. That's behind mental abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, demons. Geppettoism, transgenderism. That's under the guise of the devil. The things that plague your family, incest, kissing cousins, that's the devil. People having sex with animals, bestiality, the devil. Having sex with objects, the devil. To all your dildo and vibrator lovers, devil. Demonic. To your men that like sex dolls, demonic. The spirit behind sex dolls is demonic. Demons. Sex bots, demons. Demonic. You so goddamn horny, you need a sex doll. Because you addicted to lust. You have a lust problem. And it's out of control. To the point where you only see women as sex. That's why you need a sex doll. Because you only see women as sex. You only objectify women. Demon. Demonic. Because the devil objectifies us. He objectifies God's creation and subjects us to his will to be evil and go to hell. That's why you can't break the curse. You don't even know. You don't even know what curses is on you. You don't even know. This is why this is episode 1. You got to identify the curses in your life, in your bloodline. And that starts with being honest with yourself. What's some of the things that you like that you know you ain't supposed to be doing? Let's talk. See, when you invite men to have these conversations, you know what a lot of men say? I ain't telling my business. Oh, now you're telling your business. But you don't mind telling me all the goddamn money you got in the bank. See, that's not telling your business. Huh? You telling me, bro, you think I care what kind of car you got? That's not telling me your business. When you telling me how many cars you got and what type of cars you drive and what kind of drawers you wear and what type of cologne you wear. Oh, that's not telling your business. Huh? Telling me how much money you make a year. That's not telling your business. Huh? But telling me that you like to smoke crack, that's telling your business. You addicted to pornography, that's telling your business. Huh? You like to run around the whole stroll at night. Oh, that's telling your business. But telling me what school you graduated from and how you were summa cum laude, oh, that's not telling your business. Telling me you were Mason and you were part of a fraternity, that ain't telling your business. Huh? But telling us how you ride around Bensonette, that's telling your business. Huh? Huh? That's telling your business. Right. That's telling your business. Yeah. Talking about the things you're not proud of is telling your business. You see how we was raised wrong? All the things you're not proud of is telling your business. The shit you proud of, you ain't telling your business. See, you're proud of where you work. You're proud of where you drive. You're proud of where you live. You're proud of your physique. So that ain't telling your business. If I ask you how to get a six-pack, that ain't telling your business when you're telling me your diet plan and what you ate and how many times you did push-ups and how you had to abstain from having sex to get your body to look a certain way. That ain't telling your business. Right. That ain't telling your business, Coffee. See, that ain't telling your business, Coffee. That ain't telling your business. That ain't none of that telling your business. None of that. If I get on a panel and ask one of you men, hey, where y'all get y'all honey packs from? That ain't telling your business. But sitting down and being transparent about the things that plague your life, now you telling your business. See how weak we are as men? We call that strength. No, you're weak because you're scared to be transparent, because you think you're going to lose something by being transparent around other men. You think that makes you weak because you're afraid. You afraid to stand up and hold your nuts and say, this is who I am. I'm a whole person. I'm not who I'm pretending to be. I really am who I am. See, but y'all call it telling your business. But when you're getting up here gossiping and talking about who people don't like and why they might not like them, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that, though. They don't see nothing wrong with that. But we ain't going to get up here and be honest with each other as men. See, some of you men, y'all don't like to be around other men because you like to sleep with other men's women. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I'm about to close out, y'all. I'm about to close out. I think I done went too far. There you go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why you don't want to have these real conversations. You like lusting over other men's women. That's your problem. That's why you can't be around no other men. You might see that man's wife and can't control yourself. Yeah, let's talk. Let's have a real conversation. Let's talk for real. Let's talk for real. Why we still holding back? Huh? That's why you don't like to be around other men. Because you might like his woman. You like to show off when other men's women are around. You put your best outfit on, nigga. Don't you, boy? You put on your best cologne. When your homeboy wife is out with y'all, you put your best cologne on, nigga. Yeah. See, I know this why y'all don't like DS1. Because I hit that nerve. I tap into that shit y'all trying to run from. Because, see, I'm a man, too. I know what I like. I know what I'm into. I don't lie about it and try to hide it. And try to act like I'm cute. I'm so cute. I don't do that. I don't do this. I don't do that. When I see brothers that operate like that, you got a lot of demons that you hiding. That's why you don't be around other men. Because you hiding shit. And you don't want that shit to come out around other men. Because you trying to protect a fake reputation that you done developed for yourself. Right? Yeah, I get it. I understand. See, for some of us, we just get it because it's who we are. See, I get it. Don't get mad at me. God made me this way. I do this without no pen, no paper, nothing. Because God put it in me. That's why. This is who I am. It's that simple. It's just that simple. It ain't hard. See, it becomes hard when you're putting on a show, when you're putting on an act. This is why y'all don't want to have these conversations. And this is why most men fail to break the family curse. Because y'all too afraid to even talk about it. Because you know that your lifestyle represents the same lifestyle as the other men throughout your family that live the same goddamn way. See, I'm just not afraid to say it. Because I recognize what it is. See, if you can't identify, then you can't rectify. Let me say it again. If you can't identify, you cannot rectify. You can't rectify some shit you don't know. So if I don't know what it is, identify it and understand it, how can I change it? How can I break it? I don't know what cycle I'm in. How am I break the cycle? And guess what, fellas? You could be going through many cycles, such as myself. I have multiple generational curses. Multiple. Not just one. This is how deep this goes. This is why you're not just struggling with one thing. Because you got multiple curses on your life. Multiple. Because most of us who sold drugs, we ain't start out selling drugs. We started out drinking. See, this is why y'all hate me. Because I'm going to tell the truth. Before we got out in the streets and started hustling, we was drinking, sneaking around drinking. We was sneaking around smoking before we start hustling. See, you don't want to identify it because you're scared, because you don't want to change nothing. You think because you're successful that you rectified something. You didn't rectify nothing. You didn't rectify nothing. All you did was put a Band-Aid on an open wound. You ain't identified, so you ain't rectified. Before we got out in them streets, we was doing a whole lot of shit before we got out and started hustling. A lot of us was stealing first. That's how a lot of us started hustling. We were stealing and selling what we were stealing. That's what I was doing. I started stealing candy. Yeah. See, I ain't afraid to talk about me. I ain't got to talk about you, brother. I ain't got to talk about a sister. I could talk about me. Me. I used to steal. That's how I started selling stuff. I hooked up with some homeboys in junior high school. We used to miss the bus in school, miss the bus, walk to 7-Eleven in the morning, steal, and go to school and sell candy. This is how I started hustling. Before I knew anything about selling drugs or anything like that, I was selling stolen items. Stolen items. I was selling candy in school. Guess how my mama found out I was stealing? She found my goddamn stash in my room, and no, she ain't give me no money to buy none of that goddamn stuff. So she know I stole it. She know I stole it. That's how I got introduced to hustling. I started stealing first. See, we ain't gonna tell the truth. We're gonna get up here and lie and make ourselves seem like we were selling bricks and we had the block. Shut up, nigga. You started out stealing first. Shut up and stop lying. We started out stealing first shots. And y'all my big bros. Y'all older than me. I'm a millennial. Y'all older than me. Y'all know how I go. We started out stealing from the store. Larry Vaughn, you know how this go, big bro. We started out stealing from the store. These dudes like to get up here and be lying. Like certain people don't know how I go outside. We started out stealing from the store. And I used to go to school and sell my candy. Bubblicious. I used to sell them packs of Bubblicious, $1.50. Annihilators, Laffy Taffies, Peanut Chews, Jolly Ranchers. We were selling candy in school, stealing first. And guess what, y'all? I started stealing in elementary school. That's when I started stealing in elementary school, not in middle school. I started in elementary school. Me and my best friend, we used to go to the Spanish store every morning. He was Dominican. So while he up in the front talking Spanish, saying good morning, ordering his breakfast sandwich and all that, I'm in the back of the store stealing Little Debbie cakes, Swiss rolls. I need that. I need a Swiss roll. I need a fudge round. I need a Star Crunch, and I need a zebra cake. Don't play with me. And I might throw in a granola bar. Who remember when the granola bars was 25 cents? The chocolate dip granola bars. Yeah, that was me. I was stealing them. Yeah. I got $2 in my pocket so I could get snacks for school. I'm going to spend my $2, but I'm going to come out the store with about $7 worth of stuff. This is before I start selling stuff. I used to just steal. Because I was greedy. Greed. That's why people steal. Greed. My $2 wasn't enough. Even though the goddamn cakes was 25 cents. My $2 wasn't enough. I had to go steal more snacks because I wanted more snacks. So I stole them. Being greedy. What you think that translate to later on in life? What do you think that mindset changes? No, it gets worse and it grows. It metastasizes. It gets worse. Why the hell you think I was stealing in junior high school? Because I started in elementary school. Oh, so you thought I was going to stop in junior high school? You think I stopped in high school? No, in high school, we start going on juxes. See, yeah. You see how it translates? You see how it get worse? See what happens when you play with the devil? We went from stealing out the store to stealing out the store, selling shit, to now we robbing people. Now we robbing. We went from stealing to selling what we stealing to robbing. Lifestyle. 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 Just like it start out from a little touch to a kiss on the forehead, to a kiss on the cheek, to a kiss in the mouth. Then now y'all hugging and touching till you're naked. Oh, but we don't want to talk about this though. So what? Nobody wants to hear this. And the same people that's saying that right now be the same people that jump on these panels and like to have the gender war conversation. These men, these women, these men, these women. See, if we just had this conversation, we'll stop having a gender war conversation because we'll understand that it's past gender. This is spiritual. This is spiritual. See, you want to have a gender war conversation because you want to have somebody to blame because you really just won't, you just don't want to blame the devil. See, this is what I realize about people too. And we're going to wrap this up. We want to blame each other instead of blaming the goddamn devil. We don't want to say that the devil is attacking us. We don't want to say that. We don't want to make that real to each other. We want to keep saying what we did to each other. When a lot of us is not even acting out of our own will. A lot of us are being controlled. We don't know that. A lot of people don't even know that. They don't want to say, oh, it's the devil. They don't want to say that. They don't want to blame who they supposed to blame. We want to blame each other. The devil hates families. That's why he likes single mothers. The devil hates families. That's why he likes deadbeat fathers. And most of our rappers that we look up to are deadbeat fathers because that's what the devil like. Because the devil hates family. The devil hates everything that God loves. Take me through that. Take me through there. Take me through there. Take me through there. No family. No family. Because that's what the devil hates. So the devil will convince you to destroy your family. But you think it's y'all. No, it's the devil. It's the devil. The devil is going to see to it that we don't get along. So he can prove to God, look, they don't believe in you. They believe in me. So send them on down here with me, God, because they don't believe in you. They believe in me. So when their life is over, send them down here to me. See, y'all don't think it's that real, and it is. It's that real. Since he or she don't want to realize that I hate them and everything God has given them, I'm going to convince them to come down and be with me. What did Kanye West say? I love the devil. Go listen to the song A Devil in a New Dress, him and Rick Ross. He said it on a song. I love the devil. Huh? Who's Jay-Z mentor? Aleister Crowley, a devil worshiper. Yeah, Aleister Crowley. But we love Jay-Z. We love Jay-Z and Jay-Z love the devil. We don't get it yet, though. We don't get it yet, huh, fellas? But we still want to talk about rappers. These niggas love the devil. So in turn, if we love people who love the devil, then who we love? Huh? Oh, but we don't need to talk about this, right? We don't need to talk about this. Even though your favorite artists and your athletes who you look up to, they love the devil. So if you love them, you love what they love, the devil. Jay-Z told you he's a god. That's how you should know that nigga's a demon. He told you he's a god. Jehovah should know he a demon. Should know he a demon. And we're gonna get into more of this in a future episode. Because y'all know I got to talk about Bambaataa. Yeah. And all the evil that hip hop done brought upon us as a people. Because it was all demonic. It was all demonic. I don't care how much money you made. It's a bunch of goddamn pedophiles. You got a billionaire pedophile. A billion dollar rapist. His name is P. Diddy. What are we talking about here? You think success gonna keep you out of hell? Yeah, he got $1 billion, but he a rapist. What are you talking about? He's a weirdo. He's a mook. You think I care about his $1 billion? He's a mook. He rubs man milk on his chest. He's a mook. He's a demon. He loves the devil. So should I look up to him because he's successful, but he love the devil? So I could still like him because he and use his business practices, but not love the devil. I could be for God and do what Diddy did in business. I could follow Jay-Z business practices and still be for God. Why most men fail to break the family curse? Just remember this. If you don't remember nothing else on this stream, fellas, you cannot rectify what you never identify. If you never identify the curse, you can't rectify it. It's just like when you go to a goddamn AA meeting. The reason why you get up, introduce yourself, and tell them what you're addicted to is because you're identifying the curse. I'm addicted to crack. I'm addicted to alcohol. I'm addicted to porn. I'm addicted to food. My name is such and such. That's you making a declaration. This is me and this is my problem. See, if you don't never do that, you ain't gonna change shit. You ain't gonna change nothing. You ain't gonna really make no substantial changes in your family. Because guess what? They're gonna take all the little bit of shit that you gathered up and give it back to the devil. That's all that's gonna happen. And then that shit will be passed down to the next generation. And we just gonna run around in our family and think success gonna grant us into heaven, and that since we successful, we good people. So more children will be destroyed. More children will be seen with mental illnesses. Yeah. Yep. So this is episode 1, y'all. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. We will be back with episode 2. Y'all know how we do over here with these series, man. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, the Usher and Chris Brown tour. The Usher and Chris Brown. See, I'm going to talk about that, Sin. I'm going to talk about that when I do the hip hop stream about Bam. We're going to talk about that. Usher and Chris Brown. You got grown women out here still fans of people. 30-something plus, 40-something plus year old people. Still fans. Still get excited like when you was 15 when you see Chris Brown. When you see Usher, you still get excited like when you was 7. Oh my God, he's so handsome. Even though y'all already know, and it's been documented, and it's been a whole case that's been proven that Usher had sex with a man and gave him chlamydia. And he gave gonorrhea to a girl. They both sued him in court and won. A man and a woman. He gave to Usher. But you women are still living out your childhood. Just like us, fellas. Just like us. That's why we can't let Jay-Z go and Nas and realize they ain't nothing but a bunch of Masonic sellouts. That's why we can't let them go. We suffering from the same shit. It ain't just the women. It's us too. We still idolizing these niggas, thinking that that's who we supposed to become. So we can't sit here and just talk about them. Because we're addicted to this nonsense too. We can't talk about how silly they are for loving Chris Brown and Usher when you niggas want to be Usher. All you dancing ass niggas. That's all you grown ass men do on TikTok is dance. Talil James. Grown ass men doing this. You want to be them. So we can't sit there and go in on us, sisters, with you dancing ass niggas. TikTok came out, you got a bunch of grown men dancing in front of a camera instead of at work. Money talk, sweet, they talk, they talk. Nigga, go to work. Your ass trying to get rich off TikTok dancing. Nigga, why you ain't at work? You trying to get rich off TikTok dancing, looking cute? That's why y'all want to have no real conversations. You're living in goofy land. Yeah. TikTok trending dances. Grown ass men following trends on a kid app. It's embarrassing, bro. This is embarrassing. But we're going to get into that, man. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to cover a lot in this series. Yeah, it's disgusting, Fear Soul. It's disgusting. Grown-ass men shaking their behinds and their backs and twisting their necks and patting their face, dancing. And guess what one of these niggas watching is saying right now? Shut up, nigga, you a hater. Bunch of men run around doing feminine shit. When a man speak on it, he hating. Oh, nigga, you hating. No, nigga, you feminine. You feminine. And you mad because I said it. That's what you are. And you know who made you feminine? Hip hop. And we're going to talk about that. So shout out to y'all, man. Tay said it's the hand movements that's sending me. You know what I'm talking about. That Talil James shit. But shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate everyone for pulling up today. Shout out to everyone who has supported today's show with a like and a share. That is most important that you hit that like and that share button because we need to get back in the algorithm, y'all. We definitely need to get back in this algorithm. Definitely, we need to get back in this algorithm, fellas and ladies. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. We will be back tomorrow with episode 2. Make sure y'all stay tuned for episode 2 of the new series, The Spiritual Tax. What's taxing our spirits? Today was episode 1. Today was the introduction. Why most men fail to break their family curse. Shout out to everyone for pulling up. Shout out to everyone who has financially supported today's show. If you have financially supported today's show via Venmo, via the PayPal, or via the Super Chat, it is very much appreciated. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. It is very much appreciated. Thank y'all. Thank you so much, New York Nikki. Shout out to you for coming through. As always, shout out to my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Thank y'all ladies so much. Salute to my top lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down and making sure things are okay. Thank y'all so much. Shout out to all the bros for coming through and holding it down, showing y'all financial support and just showing up for your brother, man. I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to everyone. Like I said, we will be back tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki Baby for being a member for 15 months and one of my lovely lady moms that always come through and hold it down. Thank you so much, Miss New York Nikki. She says support DS1 and become a member. Shout out to Miss New York Nikki Baby. Thank y'all so much. We will be back. We will be back. We will be back. We will be back. Shout out to my brother Larry Vaughn. Salute my brother. He says, in this space, you are a necessity, brother. For Black men, these are troubling times, and your voice and platform will be blessed. Shout out to my brother Larry Vaughn. Salute my brother. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much for your support, man. It's very much appreciated. Shout out to everyone for coming through. Make sure y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think of today's show. Let me know what y'all think of. Make sure y'all let me know what y'all think of today's show. Let me know what y'all think of the beginning of this new series, because this is episode 1. We will be back with episode 2. We will continue this throughout this week. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure y'all, if y'all missed yesterday's show, y'all go and check it out. One of my lovely lady moms, can y'all please drop the link again to yesterday's show? Please. Shout out to y'all. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Also, don't hesitate to go ahead and grab your membership. Don't hesitate to donate any memberships. All right? Get y'all memberships, y'all. Get y'all memberships. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, y'all, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.